38% of all purchases on Amazon are already being handled by an AI. Not suggested by an AI, not influenced by an AI, but handled. And most business owners don't even know what's happening right now today. So if you think that AI is something that you'll deal with later, this video is going to be a rude awakening. So here's what we're going to do today. I've got 7 AI shifts that are coming for your business in 2026, and I'm ranking them least disruptive to most disruptive. So by the time we get to number 1, you understand exactly what's at stake and you know exactly what to do about it. Number 7, bloated software stacks are about to get destroyed. The average small business is running somewhere around 80 software subscriptions every single month. Project management tools, SEO trackers, CRM, email platforms, scheduling apps, review tools, like it all just piles up. In the average large company, closer to 400. That is an insane amount of money going out the door every single month. And here's what's starting to happen. You can tell Claude or ChatGPT or whatever AI that you're using, hey, I need something that does this specific thing, and it builds it for you internally with no subscription, no monthly fees, just done. Whole categories of software are going to get replaced, not by better software, but by someone who just asks AI to solve the problem for them. Now, the reason this lands at number 7 is because it's the most straightforward of all the shifts. The move is simple though. Audit your stack. Figure out what you're actually using versus what you're actually paying for. Because if you can cut 30% of your software costs this year and replace it with smart AI uses, that's real money back into the business. That's not a small thing. Number 6, AI is replacing layers of your staff, whether you're ready for it or not. So Oracle this week just laid off 30,000 people overnight. Simple email, gone. And I know that sounds dramatic, and it is, but here's the version that actually matters for small business owners. The companies that are winning right now aren't the ones with more people, they're the ones with fewer, better people who know how to use AI to punch above their weight class. And one operator who knows how to direct AI is doing the work of an entire team. And when you're hiring right now, the number one thing you should be asking is, how do you use AI in your job? That's no longer like a nice to have on the resume anymore, that's the job. Now here's the flip side of that nobody wants to say out loud. Your own competence is what makes AI valuable. AI in the hands of someone who doesn't know what looks good, like just produces bad work faster. And my competence in marketing is what makes my AI useful. Your competence in whatever your arena is, that's the thing that actually matters. The AI is just leverage on top of what you already know how to do. Number 5, 92% of all AI projects right now are failing. And I know that sounds insane, but it's almost entirely for the same reason. People didn't define the outcome before they started shoving AI into stuff. Big corporations are doing it, small businesses are doing it. Someone at the top says, use AI or you're fired. So like everyone just starts using AI for random things that don't even need AI. And I don't care what tools you're running or what platform you're on. If you didn't start with a clear answer as to what does this thing actually need to do, like what outcome am I after, you're going to waste time, you're going to waste money, and probably trust from whoever you're working with. Sometimes automation is the answer before AI even becomes a part of the conversation. You know, people skip straight to the sexy stuff and forget that a simple workflow they can actually use beats a complex AI system that they barely understand. The shift here is that integration is the goal, not the tools themselves. Knowing how to hook AI into your business that actually runs, that's where the real value is. And most businesses already have the tools, they just have no idea how to make them work together, and that's the gap. Number 4, content is getting cheap, but distribution is becoming everything. So we're about to get absolutely flooded with AI-generated content and deepfakes and mass-produced articles and automated posts. It's going to be a wall of noise, and here's the problem. A lot of it is going to be pretty decent. I mean, good enough to confuse people, good enough to compete for your attention. So here's where the shift is. Content itself stops being the moat around your company. Distribution becomes the moat. So the email list is the moat. The YouTube channel where, the real trust behind it, that's the moat. The audience that actually knows who you are and what you stand for, that's what the moat is. There's a stat floating around right now about creator ad spend hitting $50 billion in UGC, user-generated content. And the reason for this is that brands are waking up to the fact that authentic human voices cut through in a way that mass-produced AI content just doesn't or can't. I mean, not yet anyways. So the window to build your channel, your list, your direct-to-consumer touchpoints, that window is open right now, but it's not going to stay open for long. So once that flood really hits, standing out is going to cost a lot more money, time, effort, energy than it does today. Email marketing, for the record, still runs something like $1 in, $36 out. And anyone treating email like it's old news is just leaving money on the table. Number 3, your data is now the most valuable asset that you have, and most of you are just giving it away. I mean, think about this. Facebook tracks around 52,000 data points on every single one of its users. That's why when you say something near your phone and all of a sudden you start seeing ads for it, they already know what you like, what you buy, how much you're willing to spend, what time of day you're likely to click, like literally all of it. And most small businesses have none of that on their own customers. Especially Amazon sellers, by the way. You're moving product every single day and you own 0 customer data. Amazon owns it. You're just renting the shelf space. You know, the businesses that are going to win over the next few years are going to be the ones that collect first-party data, which means emails, phone numbers, purchase behavior, preferences, and using that to make smarter offers. Not just blasting everyone with the same thing, but actually knowing that this person bought this thing 45 days ago and they probably need more. So let's reach out. I actually tripled a buddy's e-commerce revenue just by installing a simple repurchase reminder sequence. Hey, it's been 30 days, here's a nudge. Like, that's not magic. They're just paying attention to the data that you already have and they're using it. Also say this, data privacy lawsuits are coming. Right? 2026 might be the year that this really kicks off. Consumers are starting to understand that their data, their likeness, their voice, their interests, that stuff belongs to them. And companies that are sloppy with it are going to pay for it. So there's a defensive reason to get serious about this too. Number 2, 30 to 40% of all purchases will be AI voice driven. And I know that one sounds like a wild prediction, but look at Rufus, Amazon's AI. It's already handling 38% of searches and sales on their platform. It's already happening. And here's where it goes. You're going to tell your AI to order something for you. And if there's no direct connection, no webhook or integration, your AI voice bot is going to call the company's AI voice bot and place the order. Like a machine talking to a machine. Transaction complete. No human ever touched anything. And for the business owners, this means that your listings, your product pages, your offers, they're going to need to be written for robots, not for people. Because the entity that's deciding whether to buy is going to be an AI evaluating your information, not a human being reading your copy and feeling something. And that's a really weird world, but it's coming fast. And the businesses that have clean data and clear offers and proper integrations are going to thrive in that world. And the ones that don't, they won't even be in the consideration set. Number 1, agentic commerce is going to reshape how buying and selling actually works. And this is the one that I think most people are sleeping on the hardest. You know, we've talked about AI doing tasks, we've talked about AI assisting decisions, but this is different. Agentic AI doesn't wait to be asked. It acts, it monitors, it decides, it purchases, it reorders, all of it on its own, inside the parameters that you set. So like the Rufus stat is just the preview. That's not the ceiling, that's the floor. And I think that the number goes at least from 38% to over 50% this year. And when that happens, the entire funnel kind of breaks. Like the old way of thinking about how a customer discovering your product or researching it or adding it to cart or checking out, that whole human journey gets short-circuited and AI just kind of decides for you. So what does that mean practically? It means that if your product isn't in the AI's training data, if your offer isn't structured in a way that machines can evaluate, if your reviews or your ratings or your data aren't clean, you might not even exist to the agent that's making the purchase decision. And here's the other side of it. This is also the biggest opportunity on the table right now because most businesses have no idea this is happening. If you understand agentic commerce before your competition does, you can position yourself specifically for how AI agents evaluate and select products and services. And this is the first mover advantage that is real and available right now. So that window is open. And that's the sentence I keep coming back to. Right now, the people who understand what's actually happening, not the hype, but the actual mechanics, they're going to win over the next few years in a way that's going to look ridiculous in hindsight. So here's what I want you to do. Go audit your SaaS stack. Find one thing that you're paying for that AI can replace. Start capturing your customer data like it's the most valuable thing in your business because it is. And if you're selling anything online, start learning how AI agents evaluate products, not for humans, but for robots. That's where we're going. And the entrepreneurs who get obsessed with understanding it right now are the ones who are going to be standing when the dust settles. So listen, if this was useful, do the little hit subscribe button. I'm going to keep breaking down exactly what's happening in the AI and business strategy space in a way that's actually practical. So no hype, no fluff, just what's real and what you can do with it.